All right. Hello, Kay.
Hey, Crystal.
How are you going?
I'm good. The sun's shining. It's beautiful day.
I know. This room is just beautiful. We've got this window here that lets the afternoon sun in, and it's just fantastic, isn't it? Welcome, everybody. Let me tell you what we're doing today. We are actually doing what we call a business wheel of success. And the reason why we do this is there's 10 sections to it. Both Kay and I are going to be, what business are you going to represent?
I'm going to represent a bookkeeper.
A bookkeeper, and I'm going to represent a trade business, but I'll pick the handyman business because I know that pretty well as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through each section of these, around this 10 sections of the business wheel. And what this does is it gives you a line in the sand for your business so that you can then look at what you need to work on, or it just gives you a bit of insight. It's like working on top of your business. So it just gives you an insight as to what areas may need working on. But it really is a line in the sand, and you probably should do this at least once or twice a year, maybe even 3 times a year, and just see where you're improving or whatever. And you could definitely get some goals in action. So maybe grab a pen and a piece of paper.
I've got one.
You got one, and I've got one. The first question is that your personal financial rewards. So, Kay, as a bookkeeping business, how happy are you with your personal financial rewards?
I'm going to ask you, first of all, what you mean by personal financial rewards, because that's two kind of different.
Yes, it is a little bit. So how happy are you with the rewards that you're getting in a financial way from your business? Are you happy about what you know, at the end of the financial year, are you happy with what you are receiving?
Okay, I'm going to draw my line on my piece of paper.
Yes, please do.
Probably about a number 7 out of 10. So,
and why are you giving it a 7 out of 10?
Because I'm getting enough. I'm happy, but I could be happier.
Okay.
I could produce more, earn more. I could improve my productivity, my effectiveness. So there's definitely room for improvement, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, so you've kind of got a goal in your head, right, as to what you would like to earn.
Yes. As
a net profit out of the business.
Yes.
So your personal financial, either you take it as wages or profits or however you want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 7 out of 10, so not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
So for myself, I think as a handyman trade business, and I'm going to make myself I'm going to be a man plus 1, right? Are you on your own, or do you have...
I have a couple of staff members. I've got one in the Philippines, and I've got someone over here in Australia too.
Okay, perfect. So you're a bookkeeper plus 2, and I am a trade business plus 2 as well.
Okay.
So my personal financial rewards, and how long have you been in business for?
I've been in business for 5 years.
5 years,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I've been in business for let's go 1 year.
It's not very long.
It's not very long. So am I, with my personal financial rewards, am I happy with it as a new business? But I've got 2 people working for me, so I'm pretty stoked with that. So I would say I'm probably sitting at around a 4 because I don't think I've worked out properly what my pricing is. And also having 2 staff I've just got so much extra admin now in the business. And I'm just really struggling at night to get everything done.
Staff are expensive.
And staff. Well, I've got some good guys, and I'm really, we're good mates. And we're really having fun at I really like working with them, and it's nice having them. And I guess one has got quite a lot of good skills. The other one, we're teaching him. Yeah. So I'd say I am a 4. So in my personal rewards out of that business. So, Kay,
yes,
your marketing effectiveness, how do you think your marketing, that's the second one around the business wheel. So
marketing effectiveness out of 10. It's difficult sometimes to tell how effective your marketing is, really. I'd say, I'd better guess 5.
And why would you make that a 5?
Well, because I would hope to be getting more leads from what I'm doing. And I'm not getting all that many leads from direct or indirect marketing. I think my leads are coming from word of mouth.
Okay.
rather than from any marketing I do. I love doing social media. I always have done. I probably spend too much time mucking around with social media, and I don't have a VA or anybody to do that for me.
Right.
So I'm probably wasting valuable time on social media or marketing when I should be doing bookkeeping.
Yes.
But I find the social media fun. Not that I don't find bookkeeping fun, I do.
Don't you find you go down a rabbit hole with this stuff?
Yes.
Oh, God.
You went down a rabbit hole yesterday with the small business sorted and the Google, what was it?
Oh, gosh. Google has got their new video AI out, and it's all part of the Google Suite. So, when you go in your 9 dots, it's actually in there. And they said they were releasing it on the 14th of July, but I must have got an early thing of it. And I saw it there, and I went, oh, my goodness, I'm going to play with it. So I put in, you've got to put a description in and then it creates a thing. A bit like, a lot of these things you could go on to, a bit like the ChatGPTs and the Claudes. Anyway, I put in there that Kay and Crystal, Small Business Sorted, we run some podcasts and a radio show, but I put the radio show in. And I asked her to put it in this room that we're in is a bit 1950s, 1960s style, isn't it? It's beautiful. It's like, it really takes you back, and I love it. And even the desks and everything are pretty nice old school. So it feels very authentic here. Yeah. And so I asked her to do that as well. And I put in 2 photos of us. And oh my goodness, it got the spelling wrong. It called it suited. The double O. But it made us look a lot younger too, I have to say.
And our voices were a little bit more polished, I think.
And a little higher.
Yeah.
But it was hilarious. And I probably made about 6 or 7 of them. And they're just so funny.
So that's how you can waste your time. But as I say, my effectiveness on social media, I'd say it's only about 5. I'm getting my leads from networking.
Yes.
And from, therefore, word of mouth. So really, how effective is my marketing?
Right, so you're not that happy about.
No.
I would say my marketing effective is I don't do much social media, I have to say. I know I should be, but I don't. I'm out on the tools and doing that. I've got lots of photos in my camera. I take a lot of before and after and during photos, but I don't actually do much marketing. I do have a website. And I do have a bit of SEO, but I have to say that I don't spend much money on it. The website looks okay. I'm not sure how it's got. I was told to get a Google business, which I have set up. So that's. I don't know how many leads I get from that though. I have to say.
They took my Google My Business down.
Did they?
Yeah.
Why was that?
But I didn't. You never really know. They just come and say you've violated some rule, and they don't tell you why. And I decided not to fight Mr. Google.
Why?
I didn't want that headache. So at the moment, I don't have a Google My Business, which isn't good.
No, that isn't good, is it?
But I think a lot of people have had this happen to them.
Can you set up a new business?
Well, I actually have done that. I have more than one business name that I can use. It's not really what you should do, but...
Yeah, sometimes you don't even know, do you?
It also depends how many Google reviews you've got on there, because you don't want to... You lose your Google reviews, which Google reviews, as far as I understand, are actually very important.
Yeah. So going back to my marketing effectiveness, so I've got my website. I do a little bit of letterbox drops. I find that works really well. I've kind of picked the nice areas that I would like to work in. So I do those.
What are the nice areas of the Northern Beaches, Crystal?
Oh, the nice areas. Balgala. Sinai is pretty good. I like Balgala, Manly. Where else? The motorvales of the area, I guess, are pretty good. Avalon. Not really. I don't like going around those bends much, to be honest. But Avalon is a very good area, and obviously Palm Beach is a great area too. A lot of holiday houses there. Look, a lot of the places on the Northern Beaches, I have to say, are very good. And, a handyman business for my marketing is really about can't poor people, right? So, and people not having the skills to do things. And then the other marketing thing that I do that I have had mainly a lot of my leads have come from is a networking group.
Yeah.
So I do quite a lot I go to that every week. And
you go to BNI, don't you?
Yes, like exactly. And they got anyway, it's like, so I get a lot of leads and that from that, so that's where I'm pretty happy with. All right, so what did I say my score is? I think I'm going to give myself a 5 as well, okay?
Yeah.
I'm kind of halfway there, but I'm probably not all the way there. The next one around the wheel is called sales effectiveness. So that's different to marketing. People often get mixed up between marketing and sales. Sales is actually where you talk with the customer and you convert your quote into a job, so to speak. Yeah. So how do you feel about your sales effectiveness? That's a good answer.
I'm not a good as a bookkeeper's good salespeople. No, not really. But again, as a small business owner, you have to do everything. I think when I've got a lead, I actually do convert the lead. Does that answer the question?
Well, how happy are you with your sales?
How happy I am with that.
This is about you.
I'd say a 9.
Okay.
I'm going 9 for my, once I've got the lead, often it's from people I know anyway. Yeah. But obviously you've got to, you don't have to negotiate, but sometimes there is a bit of negotiation, not so much on price, but on what, as a bookkeeper, what you're going to include in your services. So, and that depends then, that works out the price that you're going to charge. Yeah. Is it just basic bookkeeping? Is it including the bears? Is it including reporting? So depending on what people want determines how much you charge them or how much they're willing to pay.
So, So your sales effectiveness is a 9.
Yeah.
I would have to say I'm probably around a 6. I feel that when a customer asks me, what is your hourly rate? I don't really like talking about that. I don't know. I find that really hard. So I try and price it more around what the job's going to cost. Like I don't break my quotes down into invoice and hours, and materials so much. I try and give it as an overall job because I feel that your pricing is more reflective around what you can do with the job and whether you're in the ballpark of what, but often people's expectations. So I think I'm going to give myself a 6 because I need to get better at that sales conversion when I'm talking to them. Also, I probably don't get my quotes out. Fast enough either. So that's something I need to work on because I'm doing everything at the moment. I find that I probably need to work on that. So probably it's around getting my quotes out faster. Yeah. And I'm around a 6.
Yes, getting your quotes out quickly is important. We've actually had someone quoting at our house. Someone came round last week. No quote yet. Somebody came round Monday. No quote yet.
Oh, gosh.
Yes. So we'll wait and see. It doesn't present a good picture. Because people, I don't like waiting either.
It does. None of us like waiting, right?
No.
I feel that we all, I feel like when you get a quote, the aim of the game, I guess best practice, if I put my coaching hat on, I was actually talking with a client earlier today about this and we worked out when the lead comes in or when something drops in, what is best practice for her to get her to that quote conversion into a job, right? And the best practice is that they get a call within 2 hours of them ringing you or sending you an email or texting you or a web lead. And then you would, within 2 to 4 hours is you've got a high chance of conversion then. The longer that leaves, the lower the conversion. Then the other thing they say is that you book it in on that day to go to or they send you photos, whichever way you go. And then from there, you go into, you need to get that quote out after that site visit within 24 hours. Yeah. I think that's best practice, isn't it? Yeah. And then you've got a much higher chance of conversion. Every day you don't send it, you've got a 50% less chance of conversion.
Well, you lose confidence in the person if they can't get a quote out.
Yeah.
How are they going to do the work?
Well, it's that we judge people on that, don't we?
I do. I do. Talking about quoting quickly, because I know we need to move on, otherwise we'll never get us.
We're talking about the business wheel of success, and there's 10 sections on it. And we're only on up to section 3, but we've got all afternoon. So
but just quickly, as a bookkeeper, quoting, I had a software that did everything for me. So I had all the information in there. What type of services am I going to provide this person? I pick this one, send out the quote automatically through the software. It's got a contract attached to it. It's got terms and conditions attached to it. Client gets it, signs it, sends it back. There was also little videos that we could put or attach.
Oh, what software was that?
It was called Ignition. It was just really nice and easy. And plus, I got my money punctually because there's a section for direct debit in there. So the client immediately signs to say, yes, I'll pay this at the end of every month or beginning of every month, whichever it is. So everything was contained in this software. So I didn't really have to think. So it was quicker. So I got everything out quicker, back quicker, started the job quicker.
Sounds like a good system.
It was a very good system. I loved it.
The thing that I was thinking of with just this handyman business that I'm pretending to have, I have a system, but I don't use it very well. So I use it for scheduling, and I don't know, I get a little confused as to where all the jobs live in it. So I probably need to do something about that.
Systems
Yeah.
could be like that.
So I think if you have a system, you should be using it a bit better, shouldn't you?
Well, you have to invest time in it, and that's probably the problem with small business owners. We don't have time. But then you should take the time because it's advantageous in the long run.
Right. So we're talking today about the business wheel of success, and there are 10 sort of segments of this, and we've covered the first 3. The next one we're up to, so we've done your personal financial rewards. How satisfied are you with that? How satisfied are you with your marketing effectiveness? And how satisfied are you with your sales effectiveness? Now, the next one is, to what extent does your culture support your vision? So that's a big one, isn't it? So how does your culture in your business, as a bookkeeper business, support your vision?
Very difficult question.
What is your vision?
Well, what is my culture? My vision is to have a successful bookkeeping business. And I'll go back to something I go on about a lot. I like to be liked.
You do like to be liked.
And to have a business.
It's a curse, isn't it?
It is it's a curse, but it's not.
Yeah.
Because not only do I want to have a successful bookkeeping business, but I want to have a business that people look up to.
Yeah.
Respect. Like.
Well, I think that's good. So how does your culture is to be liked, I guess. So how do your staff go with customers?
Yeah.
So obviously your customer service is very nice.
My staff don't have a lot of contact with my customers.
Right.
Some. They tend to sit more in the background crunching numbers. So I tend to sort of be the client-facing person.
Right.
They do ask questions. They need documents, etc. But on the whole, I'm the client-facing person.
So your culture then, if your culture is, I guess your vision is to have a successful bookkeeping business, and obviously you want your customers to be happy and to like you as well, right? Because you don't want to work with someone who doesn't like you. Is that?
Give me some words for culture.
So culture is how you set the scene. So if you are like a hard worker and you like to have fun, then you'll have a more like a fun, hard-working culture. If you are very serious, like a lawyer's firm, you wouldn't want their culture to be all fun.
I wouldn't like to be one of those either.
No. So theirs is very, I guess if I go back to my background with say Caltex was, when I worked inside there, that was a very conservative culture because you've got the Franchise Act, you've got the Petrol Act, you've got, there's so many factors that, and everybody hated, the petrol pricing and service stations in those days. So it was more a case of they were very conservative. They had to be always legally everything had to be double checked. So the culture in there, it wasn't a fun culture. It was a serious culture and everybody wore suits, Yes. So that's what culture is. So it's kind of the mood or the theme of the business.
Casual is probably not a good way to put it as a for bookkeeping business. But
No. Professional?
Professional, yes. Professional. Yes, I like that one.
So this is the question, right? So to what extent is your culture, so your professionalism supporting your vision? So if you want to be successful, is your professionalism matching what you want as your...
Absolutely. So can I class myself as a number 9?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're doing well there.
You are doing well there.
We're doing well there.
So I think as my handyman business, my culture, I feel like we have a lot of fun. I like the boys. I like having them around. So we have a bit of fun on the job and everything. But I do like to also have a little bit of professional. I do want, so part of my culture is I like the work to be done properly and I don't like any comebacks. So I'm a little strong on that. And I get a little bit upset when the boys go too far with the jokes at the job site or something, but I don't tend to stop it, to be honest. So that's probably something. So my culture probably isn't matching. My vision for my business is to be the number 1 handyman on the Northern Beaches. Is my culture matching that? I'd say I've probably got a bit of work to do on that. So maybe I'll call myself about a 7, a 6 or a 7. That's it. Let's make it a 6. So then I know where I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's interesting, that question, isn't it?
Yes, you have to really think about it a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a very worthwhile question to ask. I don't think most business owners would be asking
or thinking about that.
No.
Because sometimes you can have, when you go to cafes and you can see they're quite up. Like if you get a really nice cafe and it's presented well and they've spent a lot of money on the fit out and you go in there and it's beautiful and then you've got some really sloppy person who serves you and they don't give you good service and they kind of half ignore you. You've got to go find someone for the service and everything. I would say their culture is not matching their vision of wanting to be an upmarket cafe, just for instance.
That helps explain the whole concept.
Yeah. So I think it's like, are your staff doing what you want your vision to be? Are you doing what you want your vision to be? Because you may want something, but you're not behaving in that way, are you? No. All right, moving right along to the business wheel of success. And we are now on to number 5. People development. How satisfied are you with your people development?
I'll probably put that on a 6.
Okay.
I'm not a very good manager. And I'm just not a very good manager of staff.
What does that mean? I'm not a good manager.
I'm not strict. If I find something wrong, sometimes I tend to fix it myself rather than making the staff member fix it themselves. But the question again was...
How satisfied are you with your people development?
People development. I suppose that comes under people development. I do try to train them on the software that they're using as well as...
Do you trust them?
Do I trust them? Yes, I do trust them.
Okay.
I wouldn't employ them if I didn't trust them.
Yeah.
One girl, to be honest, I worked with in corporate many years ago, which really helped in the recruitment process. I knew her. I knew I could trust her. I knew she was very accurate. The other girl, VA in the Philippines, I just guess I just got the right impression. And I know I can trust her too. And I got her through an agency who I also know I can trust.
Yes, okay.
So they do quite a detailed recruitment process.
Yeah.
They look for who you want, what you want them to be able to do. So that staff member came to me already knowing
what you need to
Yeah,
do.
most of the things she needed to know. I did have a girl who was also in the Philippines who suddenly just disappeared into nowhere.
Well,
It was very frustrating. I employed her. She literally disappeared. Yeah. So still to this day, don't know what happened. But I think that can also happen sometimes if you employ people from different. Yeah, I don't like to say from the Philippines, but I think other people have had
just outsourcing
a similar experience. I believe what happened, she took on too much, was embarrassed that she couldn't take on the work I was asking her to do. And the easiest thing to do was just to not communicate anymore. But that's...
Didn't want to cause any trouble.
No, but it didn't help because I was trying to... Besides my issue with work that had to be done, you worry.
Yeah.
You worry. What happened? Is she okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's interesting, isn't it? Well, outsourcing, like just managing people's different. So how satisfied am I with my people management? Well, I've just been lucky that I've got some mates working for me. So I haven't really, to be honest, have I thought a lot about people development? They're good at their trade. One is better than the other, for sure. I could probably do a lot better. A bit like my culture versus my vision.
yes.
I feel like I could do a bit better. I'm probably not strict enough, actually not strict enough. I'm probably not aware of what they could learn or what I need to train them in. I mean, I'm doing all the quoting.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not much time, so I'm doing all the invoicing. I'm doing all the quoting. So is there maybe an opportunity for me to develop one of them maybe?
Maybe.
So I think what score were you giving yourself for your people development?
What did I say, 6?
Oh, yeah, 6 again?
I think I
would like 6.
You're just checking if I can remember what I said.
Yes, I have. I think I'm going to give myself a 4. I think that's a real area I could work on because not only does that, if I don't develop my people right, they may not stay with me. And also, how are my customers finding them? I need to understand if they're doing good customer service. You only need one, right, to ruin your reputation. So I feel like that's a good opportunity for me. So good question, that one. I quite like that one. People development is always a tricky area, isn't it? We could probably speak hours on that. Next one is management and leadership effectiveness. So how satisfied are you with your management and leadership effectiveness?
Yeah. 8.
Whoa. That's a high score. Why are you giving yourself an 8?
Because I have all my procedures and processes in place.
Oh, what does that mean?
You got a manual? I've got all my standard operating procedures.
Yeah, right. So you've got everything like in a book or a manual online.
To be honest, something that's come in recently with BAS agents and bookkeepers is you have to have a quality management system. Now, a lot of bookkeepers and BAS agents basically said, I'm not doing this. This is too hard.
Oh, no way.
And I'm sure some of them have left the profession. Compliance is it's out of control. But, so that's probably where it came from. I was a member of a bookkeeping group who actually provided us with a lot of that information.
All right, okay.
So they helped us through the process of creating our own quality management system, which meant you had to have all your procedures in place, all your...
I wonder if a lot of people would use that ChatGPT.
Well, now I think yes, absolutely, yes. So what was the question again?
So your management and leadership effectiveness, so you're giving yourself an 8.
Yeah, management. Yeah.
So procedures and that sort of stuff, is that, I guess that's one part of it, but how do you feel like how satisfied are you with your leadership?
I think I'm a nice leader.
Nice leader. I like to be liked.
I do. It's back to that, to be honest. If I look back, I think people like to work. They work better.
Yeah.
if they're happy. They work better if they like who they work for. It's not all about money. So that's why I classify myself as a good manager. I listen. I don't dictate. I'm not a micromanager, which I personally hate. I've been micromanaged before. So that's why I'm classifying myself as a good manager, because I think I give people enough autonomy, but not too much.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Good summary. And I think also someone who holds people to account, a good leader, is someone who can hold people to account and have those, we've spoken about this before, haven't we, where you can have a difficult conversation in a nice way.
Yes.
Or be able to have that difficult conversation, you know. So I remember having a difficult conversation at the service station when someone had really, really bad BO. And I had to have that conversation with them about that. And that was hard, you know.
Very hard. Very hard.
So how satisfied am I as this handyman business of management and leadership effectiveness? So I feel I manage my jobs well. We get to the jobs and we do a pretty good job on most of the jobs. So I feel like my management skills I probably can improve by using the system better, just let's say. And my leadership effectiveness, I probably could work on that, you know. I feel like I don't know if I have those difficult conversations as often as I probably should. And I may not be holding my team accountable. And I'm probably not holding myself accountable, to be honest.
See, there's a lot of people who let HR people have those difficult conversations on their behalf, which I can completely understand.
Sometimes it's good to have a third person involved.
Well, sometimes it's good to have someone who isn't involved. What do you call it? Emotionally?
Yes. An outsider, sort of partial, a person who's, what's the word? So not partial, but it's like where they are separate from your business, so they're not, you know, you could get outsourced HR if you're smart.
I think you can actually get Fair Work to do that kind of.
Oh, really?
Is it mitigation?
Mitigation, yeah.
You can actually get some. When I worked somewhere years ago, we had a different staff member. I can't remember what the issue was, but we needed to talk to them. And we actually got Fair Work.
To come in to know, isn't it? I'm sure that'd be very helpful.
Yep.
I'm going to give myself a 6 for that. I'm going to go your score of 6. And we'll go from there. Well, how satisfied are you with your operational success?
6.
A 6. Okay.
There's so much work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
So many different clients. It's hard.
Yeah.
There's and you have to limit the amount of time that you spend on each client as far as possible. And that's not always feasible. So, and making sure you bill all of those hours.
Yes.
Which we have is critical.
Yes.
And if you're on a fixed fee with a bookkeeper, then the bookkeeper has to work that out in advance.
As to how long that's going to take.
Or estimate it. So it's not that easy. So, yeah.
Yeah. I feel my satisfaction with operational effectiveness is, I feel like I'm probably around maybe a 6 with you on that one. I feel like I could probably use my systems more. I feel like if I do the scheduling, I've kind of got the statuses all over the shop. I do the quoting out of there, but sometimes I'll send a text with the quote on. So I feel like I could get a lot tighter, and maybe I need help in that area to get that tighter, and maybe even an admin person maybe to help me with that. And I feel that if I tidied up that, I'd probably know more about my finances if I knew exactly what was going on. And also, are we putting all our billable hours, our timesheets and that in? Yeah, I'd say 90% of the time, but maybe not all of the time. So I wouldn't really accurately know what I'm making on each job. I've got a good feeling for it, but I don't probably know. So I feel like there's probably quite a bit of room there for improvement there.
Yeah, I've got room for improvement. I tried to use a system called Carbon.
Oh, yeah.
Which is great. It's like the Rolls Royce of software to use for billing and managing your jobs and managing your clients. I just found it a little bit too hard to set up. Again, back to spending time with the setup process to improve your processes going forward. I didn't persevere with it in the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel that if I don't get this as the handyman business, if I don't get that right, you know, as a new person just starting out, if I don't get that right, I'm probably setting myself up for failure if I think about it. So it's actually a good question, isn't it? So we're busy talking about the business wheel of success, which has 10 areas to it. So for those of you who've been with us so far, we've actually done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections. We got 3 to go. I don't know why I counted that. I could see it in front of me. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to talk about, okay, how satisfied is your financial position to support your plans? 8. That's in our score. So why have you given that an 8? How satisfied are you with the financial position to support your plans?
Isn't that similar to the first question?
No, because that's your personal reward. So are you how happy with your rewards?
So what's this question?
So this is your financial position to support your plans. I guess this is like cash flow. Do you have enough money? So say you want to take your bookkeeping business to 6 people, you want to double it, right? Not that I'm not saying you do, but just say, do you have the money to support your plans to grow?
I think so, because to be honest, with a bookkeeping business, it's not like you've got to outlay a lot of money to grow. Yes, you need another member of staff, but usually if you're employing that extra member of staff, you're getting extra revenue. So I would say yes. I have sufficient to support I don't have any major growth plans either, but that's just me. So I'm happy to stay where I am.
Where you are, because you're happy. And you were happy with your fund. Oh, no, you gave yourself a 7 in your financial. So there's a bit of miss there.
Sorry.
Maybe you want more profit, but so maybe, I don't know, we could charge more.
Yes, that is very true. That is very true. Yeah.
So maybe you're just not happy with the profits, but you're happy with the size, but you need to, so maybe that's a profit thing.
Yeah.
Like increase pricing or whatever it is, billable hours. All right. So my financial position, how happy am I or how satisfied am I with my financial position to support the plan? Look, I've got big plans. And if I think about it, I don't think I've got the cash flow for it.
So I need another van.
Yeah.
For your tradie to drive around.
Maybe. I need to get my system sorted out. I probably need admin support. So I would really have to say I'm probably at about a 5 on that because, yes, I've got some cash in the business. I don't have any cash flow issues at the moment, but I need to get better at managing all my support. My systems, I need to be better at understanding my profitability. And so I think that's kind of where I'm at. Actually, this is a really good question because this really made me think. I really need to think about how I can make more profit now, get my systems in place so when I do grow, I don't end up crashing down.
You also need to make sure, if you're going to grow, that you've got the work.
Wow, that's a good question.
Yeah.
And my marketing isn't that great. So I've already got a theme coming through here.
All tied together.
Yeah, it's all a bit of a theme coming through here. All right, Kay, the next question is number 9.
Okay.
How satisfied are you with the enjoyment of your business?
I love my job.
You love your job?
It's not a job, really. I love what I do. Always have.
Yeah.
Always enjoyed it. Love working with figures. Can't say I love working with people so much. You might be surprised at that, Crystal.
Yeah,
because I'm a bit of a loner, really. I sort of got pushed into being more outgoing when I became a bookkeeper. Before that, there was no real need. I got pushed into networking, etc. What was the question? I've forgotten.
How satisfied are you with the enjoyment of my business?
I enjoy what I do. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. So I like the freedom to be my own boss too.
Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of people go into business for that, don't they?
Yeah.
I do too. I like the idea. If I want to go and have some coffee with someone down the road, I could do it. If I want to work back late, I like working. I actually really enjoy working. If I want to work back late, I could do that as well. If I don't want to go in that day, well, depending if I've got customers booked in, but I could plan to take us, like 3 holidays a year. I'm not counting how many, I was with some friends on the weekend and they were counting. Oh, you know what? I only got 5 days leave left this year. I don't even know how I used to do. So, I don't have to count how many days leave I've got and plan around that. So my satisfaction and enjoyment of my business as a handyman, I really enjoy being on the tools. I don't enjoy doing all the paperwork.
Yeah, understandable. That's why you need an admin person.
Yes, I think that's the theme. So enjoyment, I love my little business. I love the customer side. I love the working and the working out of the jobs and the, all that sort of stuff. But I really don't enjoy the admin side. So I'm probably going to give myself about a 7 there because I actually really like what I do.
Did I give myself a score?
You didn't, Kate.
9.5.
Whoa. 1.5. Okay, I like that.
And I think we'll probably put this wheel of success. Where can we
as a checklist? Yeah, on the businessgrowthcoach.com.au. Yes. If you go on there, there's a resources folder and all our checklists and everything in. Good. Okay, good.
It's exhausting.
That's exhausting talking about your business. Alrighty, so how satisfied are you with your own personal growth and development?
Yeah, relatively well satisfied, probably an 8.
Yeah.
I enjoy webinars to do with exciting things like tax, compliance that they keep on, additional compliance that they keep on bringing in. I'm going to a thing on Wednesday in the city about reporting systems, SIFT, advanced SIFT. So yeah, I'm happy that I'm keeping myself abreast of all the new developments. Yeah. So yeah.
And so that's a lot of development and personal growth just there, isn't it? And your business keeps you really on your toes too, doesn't it? So you enjoy that. So for myself, as the handyman example business, I would say my personal development and growth, I'm only 2 years or 1 year into my business, I know. So I've had massive growth, personal growth. I feel like I'm out probably almost too much sometimes. I feel like I'm a little overwhelmed by how much I've got to, and I know, like, just looking at this wheel, I know I'm not perfect. And there's a lot of areas to work on, but I'm just, what worries me about that is that I actually don't think I've got the time to actually do half of that. So how do I find the time for this stuff?
You need systems. You need an admin person.
Yeah. So that's so I'd probably put myself at about a 7. I mean, I think it's been I think it's been really good for me. I've just got to keep in check that I'm not overly overworked or that I need to think about, I need to be a little more strategic in my business to make sure that I actually am doing the right thing. So if I go back, Kay, and you think about, so if I look at the wheel and where you are, so you need your personal financial rewards was okay. Your marketing effectiveness was low.
Yeah.
Your sales effectiveness was low.
I thought that was high.
Oh, no, yours was high. Mine was low. Yeah. You had your vision and culture. That's a tick. Your people development, a little bit of room for improvement there. Your leadership was high. Your operational things a little lower. And then when I come around your financial plans, yes, you loved your business. And then you've got your personal growth was up around, what score did you say? At 8, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So what do you make out of all of that for yourself?
I'm not doing too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, but I can see maybe some more marketing or different. I need to analyse what I'm doing with marketing.
Yeah.
I think is what I need to do.
And your financial rewards?
Could be better. So, maybe look at my pricing.
I think so. Because if you like to be liked, do you think you may not be charging right?
Yes, absolutely.
See, they like to talk about it.
No.
No person.
Never.
Ever.
Never.
So that's really interesting, isn't it? So this business wheel, like you can see the areas that you need to focus on just to help yourself with your business and how to build that up. People development, that's easy. Put them on a couple of courses. There's so much new stuff coming and AI and how you can change that sort of stuff. I think for the handyman business, when I look at that, I know that I need to get better at my marketing. I'm relying on, it's a bit scattered. I know that my sales conversion, I need to get better at getting my quotes out faster. So I feel like that could let my business down.
Yeah.
My financial rewards could be better. I'm happy, but they should be a lot better because if I want to plan to build, I don't have enough cash for that.
No, but I think for the stage that you're at in your business, you're probably in the right spot.
Yes. But I need to think about it, don't I?
You need to think about it. It will happen. It will happen.
And then my personal growth and development, but also my operational effectiveness is letting me down there because I'm doing it all.
Yes.
So I need to plan to get better support and help. So that's what stood out there for me. And if I'm not careful and I overwork my staff or don't keep on top of them and I don't keep on top of me, my culture won't support my vision either. Yeah. So it kind of tells a story, doesn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Yes, that's what it's designed to do.
But it's good. I think it's a really good thing to do at least 2 or 3 times. Okay, what was your takeout for today?
My takeout was just how useful this wheel can be to myself and any small business owner. And taking the time to think about these things you're halfway there.
You are halfway there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Kay and Crystal on Small Business Sorted.